In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build a modular closet system. Uh, this closet system usually have standardized units to make it easier for assembling and constructions. So let's begin. Um, so I'm going to start with a new element. Now the depth of your panels is really up to you because you are the designer or the builder, so you can decide maybe you want this to be 24 or you want it to be 18 or even 12. It's up to you. I'm gonna use 18 today. Okay, and then leave it at 30 for that. Okay, and depending on how we're going to build this, make this maybe 50. Okay, let's make a rod. I can pick up a rod from my library, but if you need to know how to make one, it's fairly easy. You can just take a new element and watch. I put it on the wall because I could have put it down or on the ceiling, but I put it on the wall because I'm gonna make a circle and then just resize. So go to the shape editor, and I have a whole bunch of circles in my library, so I just import, and I want a 3-inch, small enough, and you can see that now I have a circle. So all I have to do is decide to undo the width, and I'm gonna lock the height at that just to make it round. So let's make it maybe 1.5. And you only make your rods once and you save them in your library, so you don't have to make them again. So I'm gonna scratch that. If it still looks too small, it's up to you. You can resize it. Alright, so I'm gonna use this as my rod, and this will be set up somewhere. You can decide. You're the builder, so it's up to you. If you think it's too big, we can make it maybe 1. There you go. So then I'm gonna make sure I'm working from the ground. It's just a lot easier when everything on the ground. Alright, and then I'm gonna drop this down. Let me see, it's down up to somewhere there. I will name them, so I don't have to keep naming the same rods. This is the left panel. This is the right panel. Alright. Now I'm gonna bring the top, so new element on the floor, resize it, and we know it's gonna be 18. So align with the fronts. See it there, and it needs to go. One needs to go all the way up in the line of the top, and this one needs to just move somewhere there. Like I say, you're the builder, so you determine how far you want this thing to go. Alright, so that's just a shelf. Let me check out my structure. So you can see as you name your parts, they're appearing on your structure. So this is a shelf. What do I have named everything now? What is this? Oh, that's the top, so I need to stretch that all the way, by the way, and the bottom as well. So this is the top, just so when you have your cut list, you'll have them really nicely. So I can group all that and name it maybe section A, section 1 maybe. You can name it whatever you want, but just for my reference. Now the nice thing about this is it can be resized, and you see I can resize it to whatever I want. Alright, now so make the first one I feel like this one is a little bit too high, the rod. So I'm gonna roll it down a little bit, maybe somewhere there. Alright. Alright, so now let's build the next one. So this is probably gonna go... We can make it shorter too, if you notice, just by doing that. Alright, so let's make the second one. I will copy the left panel so that I don't have to keep renaming stuff. So I'll just copy all this and the shelf, because I'm not going to be dealing with the top. Well, I can copy the rest. Actually, if I want, I can just copy the whole thing. Okay. Then align the tops. So this is where I'm going to delete the rod, because this is going to be different. Then we're going to stretch this all the way probably somewhere there. We're going to make sure this is aligned. Make some copies. So, or I can just clone. So I'm going to just move and clone them going up. So maybe 10 inches apart. Move up, clone. So clone, clone, clone. I want to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Clone. Then make sure that the distance is equally distributed in between. So you want to make sure it's distance the y-axis. There you go. So and then you make sure also. See, now I don't have to keep naming them because I know these are all shelves, and this is already built. So I can decide that I'm gonna group all the shelves by themselves and call them shelves, and then put it back into the section. And now instead of section 2, I need to call this section 2. I mean, instead of section 1, I'll call it section 2. Oops, I think I messed up. Control Z. So now that really does not change everything. You still have to make sure that it's named correctly. Okay. Alright, so let's move on to the next section. The next section, I'm just gonna take this guy, make a copy, bring it here, but this time I'm gonna make it smaller. Okay, I'm gonna remove that, the rod, and resize it, because maybe I want to hang some clothes around here. Okay, and then make sure that you can decide that gap, or the length between the shelf and the rod is the same, so that you have because remember, you're building a modular closet. Okay, so everything looks perfectly fine here. So now I can take it up a little bit. Nice thing, I can resize everything, and it's resized parametrically. And now I'm going to enclose I'm going to group that, and I'm gonna just make my room now. This is the end result. Thank you for watching. And next time,